Since the beginning of 2006, the St. Louis land market has been very exciting, yet very unpredictable. We could stand up here for several hours and go over all of the components of the land market in St. Louis, but with the limited time that we have, we'll just talk about a few. First, Hassan will talk to us about where we were, what's been going on the past couple of years, and how that has sort of shaped today's market. We'll then go into current market overviews, including office, industrial, retail, and residential. And then we'll wrap it up with a forecast for 2008. So let's have the landman himself come on out here and start us off with where we were. Hassan?
Thanks, Stephanie. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2005, we were at the peak of commercial and residential land sales, where we did not have enough time in a day to write offers. That was a great problem to have. In 2006, commercial was strong in spite of rumors about a slowing down economy. However, single-family residential started to decline. Higher density residential was still active. In 2007, office medical were strong, industrial was steady, and the retail developers started to be a little bit more cautious. And residential continued to decline. Well, the more buyer became cautious and selective, forced the seller to be more reasonable. Well, let's look at the current market. I'm going to start from office. As Scott mentioned just a few minutes ago, due to lack of large block of office space on Highway 40 corridor and overall West County market area, Chesterfield, Creve Coeur, and De Pere, and also single-digit vacancy rate, developers start looking for an option to find sites to build new office product. Well, as you notice on this slide, there are just a few properties left on Highway 40 corridor and also 21 acres back on the market in De Pere suitable for office. Now in this slide, you see the medical users start buying all these properties on Highway 40 corridor. You got 3 hospitals and major medical users are moving all along Highway 40. And also the price of land is $16 to $20 per square foot. Well, that forced the office developers and users to go further west to St. Charles, where they can buy property from $8 to $12 a foot. Or they would migrate to North County, to North Park or Riverport, where they can pay under $10 a foot. Well, the third option is in South County, where the assemblage of property is required. Well, let's look at industrial. I have been doing the land business in 15 years. I have never seen that much property for industrial use on a market in a metropolitan area. In St. Louis County alone, we have 900 acres of zone-ready properties on the market, with 1,500 acres could come to the market in the Howard Bend area and Highway 370 corridor, with a price range of $3 to $4.50 per square foot. Whereas when we look at Illinois side, we have about 1,400 acres of land zone and ready, mainly for bulk distribution facilities, and also 1,200 acres could come to the market in DuPont and other locations in the next few years with the average price of $1.25 per square foot. Well, what we are going to see in 2008, industrial developers, they are going to use their current inventory and build on what they have. They are not going to buy more properties. And also, you are going to see a lot of spec building in the east side due to the lower price of the properties and also transportation network. Now, Tiffany, my partner Tiffany, is going to tell you about retail and residential. Thank you.
The current trend in retail is mixed use. It's a single place where you can live, work, shop, and play. This has triggered several land acquisitions in the metro area that meet this criteria, or in markets in which this is untapped for this, or markets that the area is untapped for this particular use. As you can see here, this is just an example of the fact that most of the major retail development going on right now is mixed use. For example, you have Fountain Plaza in Town and Country Crossing in West St. Louis County. Over in Illinois, you have the Villages of Wingate that's just about to start construction. Now, a major part of retail development is dependent upon the amount of discretionary income consumers have available to them. With mixed-use development, developers are continuing to succeed in spite of higher construction costs like the recent increase in construction materials and labor, a stagnant residential market, and less disposable income available to consumers. So what are we going to see in 2008? Well, there's going to be continued development on both sides of the river. However, developers, before signing on that dotted line to close on the property, they're going to make sure that they have a lot more commitment from those retailers. And you're also going to start to see a lot more interest in Jefferson County along major roadways such as I-55 and Highway 61. Okay, so let's move over to residential. We feel like a long, drawn-out current market overview really is not necessary when we're talking about the residential market. There's been little, if any, land acquisitions. Builders are offering substantial incentives, sometimes selling their homes at cost. And whether it's large tracts of land or just several undeveloped lots, home builders are wanting to get rid of their inventory. But one thing you need to think about is the fact that you hear about all this and it's on a national level. On a national level, the residential market's down 23%. St. Louis is doing great compared to that. We're only down 9%. And also take into consideration that 2006 was a great record year. So, thanks. Moving on to a forecast for 2008. Like Hassan said, you're going to see some migration west of the Missouri River over to St. Charles County or up north and maybe down to South County, but there's going to be a assemblage necessary there. In regards to industrial, Hassan mentioned that huge amount of inventory. So you're going to see development on both sides of the river there. Now, taking a look at going back to retail, like I said, the commitment from the retailers is really going to be necessary in order for those developers to close on the dotted line. And you're going to see a lot more interest in Jefferson County along major roadways. In residential, I would love to stand up here and tell you that we are on our road to recovery in 2008, but we just don't see it happening. So let's hope for 2009. And as history shows, there is always room for opportunity out there, just as long as you're willing to buy and hold. Thank you.